Hey guys, welcome back to Click Academics. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to solve this exponential equation. So we have 2 to the power of x plus 1 plus 2 to the power of x minus 1 equals 20. So our first step is going to be simplifying this left side here. And if you guys already didn't know, I'm going to be showing you guys a important property of exponents. Let's say we have a to the power of b plus c, right? Well, this is also equal to a to the power of b times a to the power of c. Because remember, when we were adding exponents, when we were multiplying exponents, we would add the exponents. So all we're doing is reversing this. So now that we know this, we're actually going to use this property on both of these terms, 2 to the power of x plus 1 and 2 to the power of x minus 1. So 2 to the power of x plus 1, as I said, a to the power of b plus c equals a to the power of b times a to the power of c. So b in this case would be x and c would be 1. So this would equal 2 to the power of x plus 1 would equal a to the power of b, so 2 to the power of x times a to the power of c, so 2 to the power of 1. And we're going to do the same thing with 2 to the power of x minus 1. So 2 to the power of x minus 1 is equal to 2 to the power of x times 2 to the power of negative 1. And 2 to the power of negative 1, this can be simplified into 1/2. So this is 2 to the power of x times 1/2. So now that we know this, why don't we write our equation in its simplified form? So we're going to have 2 to the power of x times 2 to the power of 1 is simply 2. So 2 plus 2 to the power of x times 1/2 is the same thing as 2 to the power of x over 2. And this is still equal to 20. So now, as you see, we have our equation, and if you notice, we have two terms with 2 to the power of x. So now what we're going to do is we're going to factor out 2 to the power of x. So if we factor out 2 to the power of x, we get, well, 2 to the power of x times 2 divided by 2 to the power of x is simply 2 plus, this is the same thing as 1/2 times 2 to the power of x. So 1/2 times 2 to the power of x divided by 2 to the power of x is simply 1/2. So we have 2 to the power of x times 2 plus 1/2 equals 20. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to simplify this stuff in the parentheses a little bit. 2 plus 1/2. Let me write this right here. 2 over 1 plus 1/2. We multiply our denominator, so we get 2 as our denominator. Then we do cross multiplication. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1 times 1 is 1. So we have 4 plus 1, which is 5. And this is really simple. So this gets us 2 to the power of x times 5 over 2 is equal to 20. And I'm going to write this up here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to divide by 5 over 2 on both sides. So 20 divided by 5 over 2 is the same thing as 20 times 2 over 5. And 5 over 2 divided by 5 over 2, these two cancel out. So on this side, we just have 2 to the power of x. Now 20 times 2 over 5, 20 times 2 is 40, 40 divided by 5 is 8, so we have 2 to the power of x equals 8. 2 to the power of x equals 8, so 2 to the power of what equals 8, and as we all know, that is 3. So x equals 3 is our answer. So now why don't we go ahead and plug this into our equation and see if it is right. So we have 2 to the power of 3 plus 1 plus 2 to the power of 3 minus 1 equals 20. 2 to the power of 3 plus 1 is the same thing as 2 to the power of 4 plus 2 to the power of 3 minus 1 is the same thing as 2 squared. And this equals 20. 2 to the power of 4 is 16 plus 2 squared is 4. So we have 16 plus 4 equals 20. And 16 plus 4 is 20, so 20 does indeed equal 20. And because this is right, we know that x equals 3. Hey guys, welcome back to Click Academics. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to solve this exponential equation. So we have x to the power of x to the power of 4 equals 64. Now, what I'm first going to do is I'm going to take the fourth power of both sides. So we're going to take the fourth power of x to the power of x to the power of 4 as well as 64. Now, an important property of exponents is that if we have a to the power of b to the power of c, this is actually equal to a to the power of b times c. So what we're going to do over here to x to the power of x to the power of 4 to the power of 4, we're going to multiply x to the power of 4 times 4, because in this case, x to the power of 4, this is b, and 4 is c. So this would equal x to the power of x to the power of 4 times 4. And this is still equal to 64 to the power of 4. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch this so that it's in the form x to the power of 4 to the power of x to the power of 4. As you can see, all I did was switch the order. Before it was x to the power of x to the power of 4 to the power of 4, and I simply switched the order of 4 and x to the power of 4, and that is completely legal. And this is still equal to 64 to the power of 4. And notice how x to the power of 4 and x to the power of 4 are the same, right? Well, I actually want to convert this equation so that it's in the form a to the power of a equals b to the power of b. Because if it is in this form, then we could just set a equal to b. So we already have x to the power of 4 to the x to the power of 4, so we already have a to the power of a. Now we just need to convert 64 to the power of 4 so that it's in the form b to the power of b. So 64, this is equal to 8 squared, right? So we're going to replace 64 to the, over here with 8 squared. So we're going to have 8 squared to the power of 4. And we're going to use the same property, a to the power of b to the power of c equals a to the power of b times c. So 8 to the power of 2 to the power of 4, this would equal 8 to the power of 2 times 4, which is 8. And we still have x to the power of 4 to the power of x to the power of 4. Now we can say that if a to the power of a equals b to the power of v, a equals b, right? So if x to the power of 4 to the x to the power of 4 equals 8 to the power of 8, then we know that x to the power of 4 equals 8. Now we want to cancel this fourth power here, so we're going to take the root of 4 on both sides. Now these two would cancel out, so on our left side we would have x, and our right side we would have equals positive or negative, remember it's plus or minus, the fourth root of 8. And this is our answer.